Welcome back to Adobe Illustrator CC 2021 Classroom and Book Chapter 12, Using Brushes to Create an Ad. This is part number 4. So let's switch back into Illustrator. We just went ahead and added some of these bristle brushes. So now we're going to go ahead and work with the Blob Brush. So the Blob Brush actually creates shapes instead of just paths. So let's go ahead with our selection tool. Let's go ahead and grab that biggest bunch of leaves so that we end up on the right layer. And let's zoom in just a little bit. And let's go ahead and deselect those leaves because we just want to make sure we end up in the right place. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the paintbrush tool. And underneath paintbrush is one called Blob. Now we're going to go ahead to our swatches panel tab. In swatches, let's go ahead and choose that light green again. And we're going to set the stroke color and select none for a stroke. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of color over this top leaf. You can use those square brackets that are by the P to change the size of your brush. See how the circle's getting bigger or smaller? I'm going to go ahead and make mine smaller and zoom in a little bit more. And you're just going to kind of create an outline around. This is not perfect by any means. That's okay. We're going to show you how to erase it too. All right, so now we've got that first part. Now I'm going to go ahead and color it in just a little bit more. As long as you're touching the original stuff, it will go ahead and make it all one shape. I can also make my brush a little bit bigger to make this go a little bit faster. Okay. Now let's go ahead and make it so we can actually see it. So let's grab our selection tool and click on our green blob that we just made. Clearly I missed a few spots. Now let's go over here to the arrange. Now let's go ahead and send to back. So I can see I've got a few places that I want to fix. So I'm going to zoom in even more. I'm going to go over to my tools and grab my eraser tool. And with my eraser tool, I can go ahead and just kind of come in and take some of that off. And because we're on our own layer, it's only taking off the leaf and not everything else underneath. Take a little bit more off over here. This is not precision by any means. All right, so now what I want you to do is use that blob tool to create a couple more green leaves throughout. So I'm going to go ahead and choose, maybe we're going to do this one over here. I'm going to deselect. So select and deselect. And I'm going to come back over. Let's draw on this one. I'm going to draw on a few of them all at once. And I'm going to draw on this one. Maybe one more. All right, I'm going to grab my selection tool. I'm going to go grab all my new blobs with my shift. I'm going to grab all those new blobs. I'm going to do arrange, right click, arrange, send to back. And I can go back through now with my eraser. And let's just do one at a time and kind of erase little bits and pieces of each of these. That's a little too much. So until you are happy with them, you can always change the size of that eraser as well with your square bracket keys. We're not going for precision and perfection here. So don't drive yourself crazy. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead back to my selection tool. I'm going to do my view artboard on window. And you'll see that we've used all the different types of brushes to create this ad. So next thing you're going to do is do a file and package. Go ahead and save. Make sure you're in your Lesson 12 folder, which I am not. So I want to be in my desktop, wherever you've got it saved. And we're in lesson number 12, and select that folder. And instead of the word folder, I'm going to put the letters PKG so I know which one is packaged. And package it. Go ahead and show me. So I'm going to back one up. I've got everything I need. This is the one I'm going to send to compressed file. And now I have the folder that I'm going to turn into Canvas. So I hope you enjoyed playing with brushes today.